token represents ownership of a specific quantity of gold. 1 PAXG equals 1 troy ounce of gold, which is 31.1035 grams. Dollars per gram is multiplied by the USD to INR exchange rate. After that, import duty, GST, tariffs, and local costs are added. The gold is stored in vaults approved by the London Bullion Market Association, or LBMA. Gold is not just an investment in India. It represents culture, security, savings, and tradition. For centuries, Indian families have trusted gold more than paper money, banks, or stock markets. Gold has always been seen as something real and reliable. Gold plays a deep cultural and emotional role in Indian life. It is closely linked to weddings, festivals like Akshaya Tritiya and Diwali, and family inheritance. Jewelry is not just decoration. It is portable wealth that is passed from one generation to the next. For Indians, gold is both an emotional asset and a financial asset. Globally, individuals, institutions, and even countries prefer gold as a safety asset. Gold does not depend on any single company. It cannot go to zero. It is accepted across the world. During economic crises, stock market crashes, or currency instability, people move money into gold. Gold acts as financial insurance during uncertain times. Gold has historically helped protect purchasing power during inflation. Even when global gold prices remain stable, gold prices in India often rise due to rupee depreciation and import policies. Over long periods, the same quantity of gold can buy more rupees. This makes gold a strong long-term value protector. Traditional Indian savings options include fixed deposits, real estate, and equity investments. Fixed deposits offer limited returns and are affected by inflation. Real estate requires high capital and has liquidity challenges. Equities and mutual funds can be volatile and difficult to understand for many people. Gold sits between these options. It is less volatile than stocks, more liquid than property, acts as a hedge against inflation, and is easier for common people to understand. Because of all these reasons, Indians continuously look for better ways to own gold. Ways that are safer, easier, and more transparent. This naturally leads us to the next topic: how gold prices have behaved over the last 25 years. To understand gold properly, we must look at it over long periods, not weeks or months. Gold is not naturally a short-term trading asset. It has always been seen as a long-term store of value. So let's look at how gold has behaved over the last 25 years. Around the year 2000, gold was considered a boring asset. Global gold prices were near historical lows. Stock markets and real estate were the main focus for investors. Very few people were paying attention to gold at that time. Gold began to rise during major global stress events. In the early 2000s, the dot-com crash shook confidence in technology stocks. In 2008, the global financial crisis exposed weaknesses in banking systems. In 2011, debt and banking fears pushed investors towards safety. In 2020, the COVID pandemic created economic uncertainty worldwide. Between 2022 and 2024, inflation shocks, interest rate changes, and geopolitical tensions drove volatility. From 2025 onwards, increased gold accumulation by BRICS nations also supported prices. The important observation is this: gold prices tend to rise when confidence in financial systems weakens. Looking at the big picture, over 25 years, gold moved from hundreds of dollars per ounce to thousands of dollars per ounce. But this rise was not straight or smooth. There were long sideways periods, sharp rises during crises, and consolidation phases after major rallies. This shows that gold rewards patience. It is not suitable for daily expectations. Historically, gold acted more like financial insurance than a regular income-generating asset. But that was the past. In the last 1 year, something important changed. Gold showed strong price swings. Daily and weekly volatility increased. Sharp moves occurred due to inflation data, interest rate expectations, central bank buying, and geopolitical tensions, gold started behaving not only as a protective asset, but also as a tradable asset. The key takeaway is clear. The 25-year lesson is that gold protects wealth. The recent lesson is that gold can also generate returns. This dual role is why new age investors are rethinking gold. It is also why digital and tokenized forms of gold are gaining attention. Next, we must understand how gold is priced globally and in India. In dollars, ounces, rupees, and grams. Internationally in US dollars. The unit used for pricing gold is the troy ounce. This global price is discovered in major markets like London and the United States. So whenever you hear the term gold price, it usually means US dollars per troy ounce. Gold is not measured using normal ounces. 1 troy ounce equals 31.1035 grams. This is a global standard used for precious metals. It is followed everywhere. In the US, Europe, and Asia. A common mistake is confusing normal ounces with troy ounces. They are not the same. Gold is always priced using the troy ounce. India does not decide gold prices independently. Indian gold prices are derived from the global price. First, the ounce price is converted into grams. Then, the global gold price in dollars per gram is multiplied by the USD to INR exchange rate. After that, import duty, GST, tariffs, and local costs are added. The final price is displayed as rupees per 10 grams, rupees per 1 gram, or sometimes rupees per 8 grams. This is the gold price Indians see every day. India uses gram-based pricing for practical reasons. Jewelry in India is bought in grams. Small quantities are common. Cultural usage prefers gram-based measures. So even though the world uses ounces, India converts everything into grams for convenience. Let's look at a simple example. Assume the global gold price is $4,988 per troy ounce. 1 troy ounce equals 31.1 grams. Dividing the price, 4,988 divided by 31.1 gives about $160.4 per gram. Now, assume the USD to INR rate is 91.68. 160.4 multiplied by 91.68 gives around 14,704 rupees per gram, or 1,47,040 rupees per 10 grams. Add import duty at 6%, which is about 8,822 rupees. This brings the subtotal to 1,55,862 rupees per 10 grams. Add a fixed tariff of 396 rupees per 10 grams, making it 1,56,258 rupees. Add GST at 3%, which is approximately 4,688 rupees. This results in a final Indian gold price of about 1,60,950 rupees per 10 grams or 16,095 rupees per gram. The key takeaway is simple. Gold prices start globally in US dollars per ounce. India converts them into rupees per gram. Indian gold prices do not always match global prices exactly, but they closely follow the global gold price trend. Next, we will look at the different gold investment and trading options available in India. Commodity Exchange of India Limited. It is derivative trading, not physical ownership. The market is regulated by SEBI. Prices are quoted in rupees per 10 grams. Trading happens only in INR. Fractional buying is not allowed. Margin is required, usually 10 to 15% of contract value, plus daily mark-to-market losses. Contract sizes are large. 1 kilogram gold needs around 15 lakh rupees. Gold mini, 100 grams, needs around 1.5 lakh. Gold petal is 1 gram, roughly 3,000 rupees. Gold options also available for trading. MCX Gold is best suited for professional traders. It is not suitable for small retail investors. Second, COMEX Gold. It is traded on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, an international futures exchange. Prices are quoted in dollars per ounce. Trading happens in USD. Fractional buying is not allowed. Contract sizes are very large. Standard contracts are 100 troy ounces. Mini contracts are 50 ounces. Micro contracts are 10 ounces. Indian residents are not allowed to trade directly due to RBI restrictions. COMEX is mainly used by institutions, NRIs, and global traders. It is widely used as a global price discovery reference. Third, NSE Gold ETF. These are exchange-traded funds, a paper gold managed by private fund companies. Each unit generally represents 1 gram of gold, depending on the fund. Prices are in Indian rupees. A demat account is mandatory. Fractional buying is not allowed. Here the gold is purchased and stored by the fund manager. The unit value is calculated by the fund house. Returns may not exactly match spot gold prices. This option suits long-term investors who already use demat accounts. Fourth, digital gold. It is offered through apps like Paytm and PhonePe. It is an investment where the platform holds custody. The gold is backed by physical gold via partner companies. Fractional buying is allowed, even for very small amounts. Storage is controlled by the platform. Liquidity depends entirely on the app. You usually receive a fraction of a gram, around 0.15 to 0.17 grams. Buying and selling is easy, but only within the same app. There are limitations. You cannot trade it outside the platform. There is counterparty risk. It is not regulated. Physical gold auditing is unclear, creating potential risk. Last and final, PAXG Gold. It is tokenized gold issued on blockchain. It runs on Ethereum as an ERC20 token. It supports both investment and trading. 1 PAXG represents 1 troy ounce of gold, similar to COMEX. Fractional buying is allowed up to 6 decimal places. Ownership is direct through tokens. It can be bought using USDT or INR. Trading is available 24/7. Indians can purchase PAXG using KYC. It is available on FIU-monitored crypto exchanges in India. You can start with as little as 100 rupees. PAXG can also be traded in futures with margin, ranging from 1% to 90%. Since futures trading is beyond the scope of this lesson, interested learners may join our spam-free Telegram demo, trading and learning community. Next, we look at the PAXG core concepts, structure, and the advantages. Tokenized gold means real physical gold stored in professional vaults is converted into digital tokens on a blockchain. Each token represents ownership of a specific quantity of gold. The gold exists physically, but ownership exists digitally. Instead of paper certificates or private databases, ownership is written into code. You can buy it, sell it, or transfer it digitally, while the gold itself stays safely stored. Traditional gold systems have limitations: large minimum sizes, limited trading hours, storage and safety concerns, slow settlement, no easy global portability. Tokenization solves this by making gold fractional, tradable 24/7, globally transferable, and digitally verifiable. Blockchain here is not about speculation. It is about clear, provable ownership. Many people are familiar with app-based digital gold. The key difference is ownership recording. Digital gold records ownership inside a company's private system. Tokenized gold records ownership on a public blockchain. With tokenized gold, token supply is visible, transfers are trackable, and assets can be held in your own wallet. This reduces dependence on any single platform. PAXG, also called PAX Gold, is a gold-backed digital token. Each PAXG represents ownership of real physical gold stored in professional vaults. 1 PAXG equals 1 troy ounce of gold, which is 31.1035 grams. The gold is allocated, not pooled. Specific gold bars are assigned, not just promised. In simple terms, PAXG is gold ownership in digital form. PAXG stands out for a few reasons. It is issued by a regulated trust company. It runs on a widely used public blockchain. It follows a standard token format used across the ecosystem. Very small fractions can be owned. Supply and audits are publicly verifiable. You don't rely on marketing claims. You rely on verifiable data. PAXG is issued by Paxos Trust Company. Issuer credibility matters because the issuer stores the gold, mints and burns tokens, and controls custody processes. Paxos is a regulated financial trust company in the United States. It operates under strict regulatory oversight. Customer assets are kept separate from company funds. Gold backing PAXG is not mixed with operational money. If the company faces issues, customer assets remain protected. This structure significantly reduces counterparty risk. In crypto, coins and tokens are different. A coin has its own blockchain and is used to run that network. A token does not have its own blockchain. It runs on an existing blockchain and represents an asset or application. PAXG is a token, not a coin. It represents gold ownership and uses smart contracts to track balances. This does not make it weaker. It makes it efficient. When an asset becomes digital, where it lives matters. The blockchain decides security, transparency, and compatibility. PAXG runs on Ethereum. Ethereum allows public verification, smart contracts, and global transfer without intermediaries. Because PAXG follows a common token standard, it works with standard wallets, is easy to transfer, and can move 24/7 without bank hours. Ownership is recorded on-chain, not inside private databases. Because PAXG runs on Ethereum, transactions require network fees. Fees are paid in ETH and vary based on network activity. These are not hidden charges. They are the cost of transparency and security. PAXG is not jewelry, not a savings scheme, not a government bond, not just a trading derivative. It is direct ownership of physical gold held in a modern digital format. Small investors can own fractions, while the gold remains securely stored. PAXG connects physical gold with digital ownership. It combines the stability of gold, the flexibility of digital assets, and the transparency of blockchain. Next, we will explain PAXG for Indians: storage, trust, risks, and comparison. Whenever people hear about gold-backed tokens, the first question is always, where is the actual gold kept? This is a valid question, because with gold, trust starts with storage and custody. First, a very important clarification. The gold behind PAXG is not digital. It is real, physical gold. The gold is stored in high-security professional vaults. The blockchain does not store gold. It only records ownership. Think of blockchain as a digital ownership register, not a digital vault. The gold backing, PAXG, follows London Good Delivery Standards. These are high-purity gold bars accepted globally in bullion markets. The same quality of gold is used by central banks, large institutions, and global bullion traders. This ensures universal acceptance. The gold is stored in vaults approved by the London Bullion Market Association, or LBMA. These vaults are mainly located in London, the world's largest gold trading hub. Global custodians, such as Brinks, handle physical storage. Another critical concept is allocation. PAXG is backed by allocated gold, not pooled gold. Allocated means specific gold bars are assigned, each with a serial number, clearly owned, not just promised. This reduces ambiguity and counterparty risk. PAXG follows strict one-to-one backing. Every token in circulation must match the same amount of physical gold. Independent third-party audits verify gold quantity, purity, bar serial numbers, vault records, and total token supply. This is supported by blockchain transparency, where anyone can see how many PAXG tokens exist. Trust does not rely on promises alone. PAXG is issued by Paxos Trust Company. Issuer credibility matters because the issuer controls custody and token creation. Paxos is a regulated trust company in the United States. Customer assets are kept separate from company funds. This structure significantly improves trust. Yes, PAXG can be redeemed for physical gold. But this is not designed for everyday retail users. Physical redemption involves large minimum quantities, compliance checks, fabrication, and logistics costs. For Indian users, import duties, taxes, and logistics make physical redemption impractical. Redemption exists mainly to prove credibility, not for daily use. Most users do not intend to take delivery. They use PAXG for gold price exposure, digital ownership, trading or hedging, and portfolio diversification. PAXG is designed for efficient gold ownership, not jewelry delivery. No financial product is risk-free. PAXG has strong reliability because it is gold-backed, audited, and transparently issued. But risks still exist. Gold prices can fall. Holding on exchanges carries platform risk. Self-custody requires responsibility. Regulations and tax rules in India can change. These are external risks, not product flaws. Physical gold has cultural and emotional value. It involves storage, lockers, insurance, making charges, and resale losses. PAXG is purely financial. No storage responsibility, no making charges. High liquidity. Designed for investment, not tradition. They serve different purposes, not competitors. Gold ETFs are paper gold, require demat accounts, and trade only during market hours. Sovereign gold bonds suit long-term savers, but have long lock-ins. MCX Gold is for professional traders with margin and leverage risk. PAXG offers fractional ownership, 24/7 access, no lock-in, and global portability. There is no best option, only the right option for the right goal. In India, PAXG is legal to buy and hold. Crypto assets are regulated through compliance and taxation. KYC is mandatory. Transactions are traceable. Profits are taxed at a flat 30%, with additional compliance rules. PAXG is operationally efficient, but tax-heavy compared to traditional gold. PAXG is real gold, stored professionally, owned digitally, and verified transparently. For questions, clarifications, or learning support, message us on Telegram or WhatsApp at +9 198 9594 0080.